Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Conversation Corner. My name here is Nemo and
The one and only Derek.
Derek. Unapenda kujihype, But that's good, that's good. I love that.
You know, the first time we were starting,
Mhm.
ulisema aka
Nemo!
and mimi nikasema sina aka. And then my sister saw that video. Hey, alinipasha kweli kweli.
Yeah, she even told me your AKA.
I have an aka.
Yeah.
Mm.
But don't worry, viewers. You will learn it with time.
With time.
One day too. Maybe even the sister will join us here for an episode.
And shame me.
All right, okay.
Mhm.
So Derek,
Yes.
today's conversation is very nice. I like it.
Mhm.
And we are going to talk about, or we're going to discuss, drum roll.
Unfortunately, we have no drums. We need to find us some drums.
Don't worry. Yes, those were enough. Now, red flags. How can you see them, detect them, sniff them? What else?
And avoid them.
And avoid them. Yes, how do you know they are there? Mhm. That's the question of the day or the week.
And what they are.
Okay. And what they are. So Derek,
Yes.
how many flags are there? Let's just start by saying how many flags are there, and so that when people hear red flags,
They can know the other colors as well.
yeah.
All right. First and foremost, I know they are red flags. Secondly, green flags. And thirdly, amber flags or yellow flags. Those are just warning.
Are they warning or
Yeah,
just
they're,
watch closely?
Yes, they're warning you. Watch out. Yes.
Watch closely.
Be ready to run.
More. Really?
Be ready to run.
I feel like yellow flags are I'm neither here or there, and I need to observe closely.
Yeah, and so be ready to run. Just be ready. Prepare yourself. The green flags are like, dude, relax, man. Take it easy.
No, but where are you running with yellow flags?
Not run, be ready. Just be ready.
Be ready.
Yes, anything can happen. You never know. Just be ready.
Okay.
Yes. And red flags are just like, dude.
Yeah, red is just run.
Run. Don't look back.
Yeah, don't even want to know whatever is happening behind you.
Just run.
Just run.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, those are the flags. And I want to bring in something, just something small.
Okay.
There's something Derek have noticed with even conversations with my friends, with other people, is we might discuss red flags from today, tomorrow, until the earth ends. But someone is not willing to see those flags. And what do I mean by this? Because of your perspective, the way you see things, or how we see things according to how we were brought up.
Yes.
Yeah. And I say this because I've had somebody saying, my woman, she will do ABCD, and I was okay. Why would you want her to do ABCD? Because I've seen it with my father, and that's the way our home is run.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. All right, okay. You carry on. So you must, I would say, people, number one, to have an open mindset, to be able to hear what other sides have to say, because sometimes we close ourselves so much that we are not open to other things. You see, Derek, we might tell you, look out for this red flag, but this person is not willing to, and is not, you know what I mean, eh?
Yes.
Not willing to even look even that direction. So I wanted to have that conversation first. Be open. And also something else, people need to be aware. Like people, in terms of, I don't mean aware in terms of the world. Yes, of course, but people need to be aware of themselves
And their surroundings.
Why, Derek? Because if I am aware that this is how deep conversations go, I can be able to see this person does not have any form of deep discussions, and I'm able to run away if that is one of my red flags. Because red flags do vary from person to person, but the ones that we want to discuss now, I feel like they cut across every person and
every age group,
and what they should watch out for.
You know, when you started the podcast, we said that we are going to talk about so many things, and the red flags and the green flags. You know, people might think that we are just saying these things out of how do I put it?
Just to have talks.
To have talks.
Yeah.
But in actual sense, some of these things we are talking from experiences that we've had, things that we've seen.
Yes.
Yes.
And also things we've read about. Let me add on. As much as we've experienced, we've read about, we've grown out of them.
Yes.
And we are able now to detect them.
Yeah. Some of the things that we did without knowing that we were hurting somebody else.
And that's I love that. Yeah. So when we take you through this, I just felt I had to tell people that if we take you through this episode of red flags and green flags, as much as we might say something is red, Derek, somebody will be like, no, because they need to look at themselves and be really aware. We see what you've talked about is being aware.
Yes.
We've experienced and all that. So now we are aware. Yeah. Yeah, so you want to start us off with the flags, the red ones.
The red ones.
The screaming ones. Danger!
The screaming one. One that comes to mind first and foremost is disrespect.
Okay.
Yes. Somebody who disrespects you in front of people, even when you are just alone with them, that is a red flag. Yes. I've seen some people in working workspace.
Oh, okay.
Yes, where a mistake has been done. And you can call me into your office and tell me, Derek, you did this, it was wrong. You should have handled it this way. But you get somebody berating you in front of other people.
Colleagues. Okay,
yes, and you have fellow colleagues, and belittling you and demeaning you. I thought I should use that in that context of workplace. It bears a better example of disrespect. Yes. Now put that feeling that you get when you're belittled like that in front of your colleagues. You get now your spouse does that to you in front of people, be it your family members, be it strangers. It scars you. Yes, emotionally.
Yeah.
And somebody who disrespects you that way does not care for you.
Yes, does not. Yes, you know.
Okay.
Let me say.
Yes.
Now that you've mentioned care, love, you know, people are looking for the red flag, looking for the wrong
red flags.
Red flags. Not the ones you care. Let me underline care, love. Derek,
Yes.
you will hear women tall, dark, handsome.
That is it.
Men.
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah. So yeah, they look at physical
The physical
features.
Yes, exactly.
And they say if she doesn't have one, he doesn't have two, three. That one very undateable.
Yes.
So you're looking for the wrong. You're not looking for things that deepen the care and the love. You're looking for these things that really don't matter.
Yeah.
Or the wrong red flags.
Red flags.
She chews with her mouth comes up to here while she's chewing. How that is possible, I don't know. Yeah, but that chewing, red flag.
But it's quite actually important now that you brought it up. The correct red flags and the wrong red flags. People need to know what a red flag is. These other things are just preferences. Yes. I prefer, when I'm taking a toothpaste from my tube, I prefer pressing it from the down, pushing towards her. But somebody starts in the middle, people will say that is a red flag.
Yeah, very minute.
It's not a red flag, it's just a preference.
Very minute things,
I heard somebody say, I dislike when people are walking, dragging their feet. You should lift up your feet. But come on, it's just a preference. It's not a red flag.
Trust me, I'd be someone's red flag. If you go that direction, red flag number 1, dragging your feet.
What else? Even sometimes I drag my feet. That you just feel like, as long as I'm moving.
Yeah.
You drag your feet. Somebody will classify that as a red flag. No, it's not a red flag. It's just a preference.
Yes. And actually that's, so when you talk about love and care, we are looking for things that give you deep emotional connection.
Yes.
Yeah. So flag number 2 is consistency. And what do I mean by consistency? I don't mean that they follow you everywhere, all the time, anyhow. No. That's a wrong one. That's a wrong red flag.
That is talking.
Yeah. No, by consistency, I mean, how does he treat you? How does he treat a guy beneath him, especially beneath,
Yes.
And how does he treat a guy above him? Yeah, by guy, I just mean any gender. I'm not specific to men or women.
Yes.
Any gender. So how does he treat a person? You're at a restaurant and he's calling you, baby, I love you. I love you. And then he's telling the waiter at the same time, where? I'll have you fired.
You just have to use Madonna. Why can't you say something like chicken? Come on. Why are you failing me?
I needed to.
Use a good example like chicken,
Yeah. No, I just needed to make, that thing run home right. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah. So, could be any meal, but the way he's treating the waiter versus how he's treating you.
Yes.
Or maybe versus how he's treating the management. Maybe he's bowing down as he greets the manager. Yes. And he's telling you, this consistency of behavior, that is a red flag. Because let me tell you, the minute you start now a home or you start a family, if you are treating the person underneath, because normally you want to know how does he treat those people underneath, not really the way he treats the one at the top,
yes,
but mostly underneath, because it will tell you how he will treat you in future.
Yeah.
Because if he treats the waiter, you've gone for 3, 4, 5 dates, the treatment is the same. Guess what?
Eventually, we will treat you the same.
Yes. Yes, so run.
So they're just hiding their true colors.
Yes.
For the time being.
For the time being, yeah. Yeah. So run.
Okay. All right.
What is it?
No, not actually. It's quite true.
Okay.
When you find people who pretend to be good in front of other people, when they are alone with you, they show their true colors. Yes.
And that's a marketing skill. So look at it. Is he marketing himself in honesty or deception?
Yes, another red flag. Ding, 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 ding.
Which one?
Deception.
Oh, yes. I agree. Deception and lies.
Yes.
Especially if somebody just starts with those ones. That's a red flag.
Yeah, I do not want to mention names or point fingers, but we know who is a pathological liar.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. They are always telling lies and telling lies and telling lies. Always.
But even, I feel yes, pathological liars and also lies. Can you imagine meeting the first date and they lie to you? Maybe they lie to you, I'm not married. And they are very married. Red flag. Those are already deceptions and lies already. So one day she will know or he will know,
Yes.
And already that becomes a red flag. So even if he confesses later on, because people do that, they say, I'm not married. Then later they say,
I'm married.
I'm married. That time already, by the time he's saying that, he already knows you're catching feelings or something.
Yeah.
Run.
But in most cases, relationships start with lies. What?
Do not encourage these people to lie.
No, I'm not encouraging them to lie. In most cases, relationships start with lies. It's not that I'm encouraging people to lie. It's just that as a man, when you're approaching a lady, the way you package yourself, you have to package yourself as somebody who has done more than what they have done. You hype yourself up.
Let me tell you, Derek.
Yes.
I have learned that if a man packages himself like that through deception and lies, he's insecure about something.
Very true.
He's insecure, she will go.
Yes.
Or something, or even something deeper. Maybe he used to be rejected by his parents over something. It's so deep, you'd be surprised. So already it tells me this one has insecurity issues, hence the lies and the deception.
That is why I said in most cases, that is how relationships start.
Yeah, but you see, they are rooted in lies, then in future they don't even, they can't even last.
Yes. So about deception and lies,
me, I'm just saying run. Red flag. Run. If you can take an aeroplane and fly, this time don't even run, fly.
Now, can we classify dishonesty under deception and lies?
Yeah, I think yeah.
I've seen people who are very dishonest.
Oh, they exist. They do exist.
They can never tell you the truth.
Yes.
I wonder why.
People do it for different reasons. Some insecurity, some I don't know. That's the way they were. Do you know some people survived through lies? Imagine I have a very, very, very strict parent.
Okay.
How do you dodge this parent? No, I did not do it. So and so did it.
Even if you did.
Yeah. You see, so that's their culture. That's how they've learned. The only way I can get out of this situation is I have to lie. Yeah. So people's whys are very different. That one is escaping someone, another one has insecurity issues. There are various reasons as to why people lie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Another red flag
Mm-hmm.
is jealousy
Mm-hmm.
and controlling behavior.
Mm-hmm. Control is not respect. In fact, I wanted to bring it up during when you were talking about respect.
Yes.
There's control
Mm-hmm.
and there's respect. Two different items.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
can you define respect? Let us digress just a little bit.
Mm.
You hear men say, all I want is respect from a woman. How can you define respect?
Well, the English dictionary, respect is not, you'll be surprised what respect is. Respect means just, when I was looking at the dictionary, because there's a time I was asking myself, what is this respect?
That
That
people are
men,
asking.
people keep asking for respect, respect. Yeah. Aye. So I was like, okay, let me find out what this respect means. And I went to the dictionary. So I don't know if I can quote it word to word. It just means admiration of something. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. It's just to admire something. And then I went and just decided, let me think about now this respect and the description on the dictionary, what psychologists are saying. And I tried to mash things up. And I realized respect allows you to say no or yes. What do I mean by this? If a man comes and tells me, let's move in this direction,
you can say yes or you can say no.
Yes, but before we go to saying yes and no, because I have deep admiration of what is of him, of something, so it's him, I will be like, oh, okay, I can see where you're saying we go that direction. Personally, I'm not comfortable with that direction, or personally, I'm comfortable with that direction. You see how I've tried to handle it?
Yes.
It's not, no, let's not go that direction because, but because I have deep admiration of him as a human being or as a person, and I would not wish to hurt, because again, men operate on the ego.
Don't bruise their ego.
Don't want to bruise the ego. I'll go like, okay, recognize, they say recognize it first. Say, oh, I see, okay, I see why you'd want us to go that, I've just explained.
Yeah.
So that to me was mind-boggling on, so that's respect. Okay. So it's not control. Because from most men's perspective, they think respect is control.
So now let us delve into jealousy and controlling behavior.
You didn't even comment anything on the respect.
I was getting there.
Oh.
Once we expound on the controlling behavior. Yes.
Okay, good. I was wondering, you've just left me on the surface. No. Is this a red flag?
No. I wanted to delve into the controlling behavior because it is tied to the
respect. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Jealousy is a normal thing in relationships. It is okay for me to be jealous when I hear my girlfriend is hanging out with some other dude. It's okay to be jealous, but I should not be too jealous such that I am telling her, you are not supposed to do this, not supposed to do this. That controlling behavior of restricting someone's movements, restricting their life, restricting their actions. Now that is not...
That's not respect. Yeah, that's control.
That is control. Yes. I respect her decisions. I give her the leeway to do her own things the way she wants to do it. Yes. But I do not limit their actions, what to do. So that is a red flag. If you get somebody who wants to control your actions, that is a red flag. Who are so jealous such that they want to control who you hang out with, what time you are doing this, whom you're doing it with, don't have to see your friends.
And it usually starts slowly.
Yes.
It's a manipulation tactic.
Yes.
It starts off slowly. Hey, who are you with? But then, down the line, what were you doing? Why were you doing it? The questions even become more and more and more.
Yes.
Yeah. So that when you're ready with that person in a marriage, it becomes now crazy. You can't, whatever. I had something to add on the respect, because I had another point on red flags. And the point is a person who cannot handle the word no. Very simple word, N-O.
Very simple. Short.
Very short, but cannot handle that no. It's part of the respect,
Yes.
because we are all entitled to opinions. We have lived different lives, so we have different perspectives. So if a person cannot handle your no, there's somebody who you tell, hey, no, let me not do that. Then what happens next? No, you and her will. Yeah.
Start telling you will know that I am the man in this relationship.
Yes. Why? Because he's not or she's not able to handle that no. That is a very serious red flag, and it's part of the control and the respect. They're bundled up together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is the next red flag?
Yes. Now, my other red flag is if I don't know this. I feel like this is more geared to the men. If he's too competitive.
It depends whom you're competing with.
Now good one. I mentioned consistency. I mentioned consistency at the beginning.
Yes.
So, how competitive is he with the people around him? There's healthy competitiveness and there's some seriously toxic competition.
Okay.
He just wants to get ahead. That kind of competitiveness. And you get into a marriage with him. And imagine you get a job that offers you more money than he has. He will take you down. Because he's too competitive. So jealousy is just on another level.
I've seen a case where somebody is competing with their neighbor. A neighbor had money and bought a very nice big TV. 85-inch Sony TV worth about 200,000 shillings. And the guy was like, I have to have one also.
Or even bigger?
Yes.
To prove a point?
Yes. So, and the problem is, they do not have that finances for that. So they do what? Take up a loan.
Loans and all that, yeah.
To buy the TV.
Yeah.
And it leaves them in debt, paying for something that is unnecessary.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, that's a serious red flag. Because competition, he or she is too competitive. Yes. Too competitive. Question why?
And a good relationship, for it to work, you have to be in partnership with each other. There shouldn't be any competition between each other. And if you get somebody who is trying to compete with you and you're in the same relationship, that is a red flag.
So look at, for you to know this one, you have to look at how is he with other people. Is he competing, Yes. His friends, like he said, the neighbor has a big TV. You also need a big TV. No reason as to why you need a TV, but you just want to be ahead of this neighbor.
Yes.
Your friends are driving certain cars. He needs to drive a certain car even more than the friends.
Car, yes.
Yeah. Even at job, the way he works, is he too competitive? Is she too competitive? Because you're going to enter a competition in a marriage.
Yeah.
You're going to be competing for so many things over
Trying
here.
to overtake each other.
Yeah. So that was my next red flag. Competitive. Actually, let me tell you, when you're going for a date, how do you know he's competitive?
Tell me.
Go to a date where you see there are different types of dates. You can go for coffee date and all that. Take him to a place where, or her, to a place where there is some sort of competition. Like, now let's see, competitive, maybe racing.
Okay.
Go-kart racing. Something as simple as that. Yeah. And see how he competes. If he's in competition with you, question.
He'll be in competition even at home.
Question. And you can do it a couple of times, maybe once or twice, to see. That's the reason why people date. We've mentioned this over and over. So go to, maybe date 1, plan a coffee date where it's simple and easy. Date number 2, plan for a competitive date, something like go-karting, or I don't know, any there are these doucheball gun thingies. Paintball. Yeah.
But if you get to go out with your partner, example for a go-karting, and you are racing, somebody who would let you win intentionally, I believe that's a green flag. There's less competition.
Yeah. Or who just has honest competition, like you're just going,
yes,
not I need to win, they even hit you while getting past you.
Yeah.
And then they justify it. No, it's a game, you needed to be on your toes.
Yes.
That's not healthy.
Another red flag, somebody who doesn't put in the effort. Yes, and when I say put in the effort, is the effort to try and make things work, the effort to try and please their partner, the effort to try and just put in the effort. Any effort in engagement of anything. Yes. People who are just lazy. I had to use that one.
Lazy, I can relate. You're the one planning dates.
Yes.
You're doing every single thing. They're driving you insane. I feel like that's a red flag as well. Although they say men should be on top of these things.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Were you the one who was planning dates when you were dating?
I don't know. I feel like it was 50-50.
I like planning the dates, actually.
No, they say the good ones always plan. Or can, the first few days he can plan, and from there he can ask, okay, so, or by that time he'll have known what you like, so he'll take you in the appropriate places. Yeah. I
actually enjoy planning that. It gives me the opportunity to surprise my spouse every time. Yes.
That's
something
thing.
New.
That's a very good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and like you constantly. Yeah, so why I asked that, why I brought that spin?
Yes.
Because I don't want women to be running all over the place trying to plan dates. It's not their place. It's the man's place. He should know. Again, he knows what budget. You can be taken to a high-end restaurant and that's not what you have.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think it's a man's place to set this.
And also being the financial head proverbial financial head of the house, you need to set the budget for whatever activities that are going to happen. Yes.
Yeah. And with time, you can even consult each other, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but not, yeah. But let him run. Yeah.
Okay. Another red flag?
Oh, from my end?
Yes.
How does this person resolve conflict?
There are different kinds of people. The first person will avoid conflict. Second person will resolve it calmly, collectively. The third person, explosively. Mbaya.
I didn't expect. Why I did not expect the third person explosively.
Yes. Have you ever met those kind of people?
It makes me understand. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't.
You know, if there's an argument, and I'll just use a good example. For example, you know my friend Greg. If you are having an argument, I don't like shouting.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for example, Greg is loud and in your face.
He's just naturally a loud person.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, that's his nature.
Yes. And if I, for example, I am also loud and in your face, how will we solve that conflict? It will turn to blows.
Yeah.
Because
be
because I am right, he's right. And we're arguing.
Yes.
No, nobody's calming down.
Nobody's.
We are all in your face. Yes. No. No.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we will not be able to solve the conflict.
The conflict at hand. Yeah.
Yes. But if he is loud and I am calm, I can keep quiet. He says what his piece. And once he's cool, I can come and tell him, now you see, this is what is happening and this is what is happening. This is where you went wrong. Yes. Conflict resolution is actually a good aspect. If somebody doesn't know how to resolve conflict, people who avoid conflict,
yes,
and people who explode into conflicts, those are red flags, actually.
Serious ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I mentioned this in the attachment style podcast, that an avoidant can even avoid, you have an issue,
yes,
but they will avoid talking about it for a whole month. A whole month, Derek, we've never solved.
Keeping it bottled inside.
Yeah, keeping it bottled. Or even, they've gone away. They will, you nanisumbua, cheers, and gone for a month. Then after 1 month, comes back, doesn't even talk about the problem at hand, continues on with life. Nothing happened. Yeah. So, anyone who avoids or explodes, find out why. If you don't want to find out why, run.
See, the problem is, the problem is you'll find out, but you'll not have a solution to it.
Yes.
And you'll end up suffering for it. Yes.
So,
you will know why you're suffering, but you'll still suffer. You know you're suffering, but you're still suffering.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just they feel like they need to help other people with their problems. I feel like, Derek, to be honest, you can't help a human being. You can't. You're not a therapist. Yeah, you're not people's personal therapist.
Yes.
People need to take care of their own emotions, themselves. They need to be self-aware, take care of their own emotions, and just know themselves. So either they get themselves into therapy, or they do the work that is needed to be done. That's mine. I've given up. Why are we smiling so hard, Derek?
Because the first step is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah.
Yes. So people have a problem out here, but they never want to admit that I have a problem. I need to find help.
I met a guy.
Yes.
Sorry. Now that you brought in the aspect of admitting, I met a guy who knew he had a problem. He admitted. You know, that it perplexed me like no one's business. I have a problem. I know I have a problem. And then I would ask him, so what are you doing about it?
Nothing.
Crickets. Oh, crickets. So he would tell me, I have a problem. I don't know what to do. I don't have the right kind of friends. And he would lament, and I would listen. I'd be like, okay. And after he's done, what are you doing about it?
Exactly.
Nothing. So he has admitted
he has a problem, but he doesn't want to find a solution.
He does not wish to find a solution. Yeah. Another red flag is words versus actions. Do they match?
It's the same as feature faking.
Could be could be. Yeah. Because actually, yes. Because what he is saying versus what he is doing, are they consistent? You see, Derek.
Yes.
If you go on a date, you tell somebody, not even on a date, you're married, yeah?
Yes.
You tell your spouse, that I'm sorry to bring land. I am so sorry.
What do you buy?
I'm so sorry. I think you leave a land for a lifetime.
It is okay.
It's so ingrained. I can't even run away.
It's understandable. We understand.
Okay. So that land, babe, that land over there. Give me. Watch this space.
Watch this space. I'll own it.
And there's no input whatsoever. I know you could lack money. I've not refused.
Yes.
But there's no input whatsoever.
Zero.
Effort. You're not even saving towards it. You just know, see, I'm keeping her around. Let's keep her some more. See, she knows that if she wants land, maybe like me, I want land. Let's tell her I'm getting that land.
Let's promise her that land.
Yes, let's promise. So what he's doing, and it's not a must to you, it could also be to somebody else. Yeah. I've seen a case, I've seen so many cases. I've seen a case where we've gone somewhere. Let's say you've gone to a restaurant. Okay.
Yes.
The guy, we've parked, and then you've told the soldier, you look after this car, bro, I'll sort you out.
When I
come back, I gotcha. Hey, and then you come back. And then you have all sorts of excuses.
Not even excuses. You do not want him to see you. You want to disappear.
Imagine. Yeah, that's what he says versus what he does has to align. Because if they don't, he's going to be taking you for a joyride, or even she, by the way, she's going to be taking you for a joyride for the rest of your life, because he has no, what is this called? Discipline. Yeah, because what he's saying, what he does, they don't even match. So lack of discipline is a very important. It even goes down to the smallest thing, time. I'll be there at 10, 10:30, 11:30. Not even a single call to say,
I'm running late. Something has come up.
Yeah. That discipline, that word versus actions, they are very important. Very, very. So be keen. I've learned people sometimes are not keen with what people say. Personally, I've learned how to be very keen with what people are saying. So at least I'll hear you out. So I've also seen when people are not keen with what people say, so anything goes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what they say and what they do has to match, align. I can't even, I don't know. That's the end of my discussion. Yeah.
Okay. Another red flag. Gaslighting.
Can we put all of them as manipulation tactics or ways of how somebody manipulates?
Yes.
Because we've mentioned a few. I remember you mentioned isolation.
Yes.
I've mentioned also sort of future faking, gaslighting.
I think you're best placed to tell us what gaslighting is.
Hey, Derek.
What? I'm just saying. You're best placed to tell us what gaslighting is.
Yeah, I've gone through that one. Yes. This is an old friend.
Yes.
Now, gaslighting, but we've explained these things in a video we've done before.
Yes.
Called manipulation tactics.
Yes.
So go ahead and watch it. Now, Derek.
Yes.
You explained lying and dishonesty and deception.
Yes.
With gaslighting, people get it wrong. People feel like everywhere you go, you hear, I've been gaslighted. And you're wondering, okay, what is gaslighting? And when you get to hear somebody explaining, you learn you've not been gaslit.
Is not it.
That's not it. So what is this gaslighting? It has 2 steps.
Okay.
And before I even describe the 2 steps, is there's you as Derek were brought up like Derek, me I was brought up as Nemo. So we each have our various perspectives.
Yes.
Okay. So when we go and we say, okay, this bottle is rounded, you say no, but it has corners.
Okay.
And I say, no, where are the corners? And you say, no. They see we have different perspectives.
Yes.
So most people would say that is gaslighting.
But that is just a different perspective.
Those are different perspectives. And we are all entitled to different perspectives. Okay. Now, how does gaslighting come? So step number 2. This bottle is rounded. No, this bottle is square. Now, what I say next is gaslighting. No, this bottle is rounded. You're mad. You're crazy. You can't see this bottle is square, rounded.
You're seeing your
own
things.
Go see a shrink. Sickness. That's intense, but
okay.
Yes, that's gaslighting. If now they add the layer on top, the aspect of you're not, they change your reality by telling you you're crazy, yet you know what you're seeing is legitimate to you, but they add that aspect of saying you're crazy.
Saying you're seeing your own things.
Yeah, seeing your own things, you're mad. Now that
is gaslighting.
And if it happens for a long period of time, guess what? You've seen cases where people say they've suffered things like PTSD, yeah, those mental conditions.
Yes.
ADHD. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to remember
twisters.
Tongue twisters. Yeah, because you can't even know what is real and what is fake, because over and over and over you've been told you're crazy. Basically,
gaslighting can drive you mad.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Literally. Yeah.
Be careful out there.
Any form, and watch our video for manipulation
tactics.
Yeah. Any form of manipulation used, be it isolation, he mentioned earlier, be it any form, automatically those are huge red flags to watch out for.
Yeah, and those manipulation tactics can have negative consequences to your brain.
Later in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any other red flags?
Yeah, yo.
Okay.
Sijui kama nimekapitia. I've seen dust.
You've seen dust.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have another one. And I really love this one. We've mentioned it a little bit, but I really love this one because it takes what we've mentioned a step deeper. It's what is called emotional intelligence.
All right.
So, a person who does not have emotional intelligence, please, can you cross and say that's a red flag and let's move on very quickly. You know, let me deviate a little bit.
All right.
I watched a video of a certain guy on YouTube who was telling ladies, date very many people very quickly so that you can eradicate them.
Okay.
And he had a board. He drew 100 small guys. He said, move, strike out, strike. I found that to be interesting. You date them very fast, very quickly, get rid of them. If they are not, it's part of the vetting process.
But if you date them very fast, how will
very
you
quickly.
get to know them? How will you get to know them?
Like 1 month, if they've not seen, again, I usually say a pattern. I really love this because this really spoke to my heart. They do it once, it's an incident. They do it twice, it's a coincidence. But the third time you see it,
it's a habit.
It's a habit. Okay, what they say is a pattern. Run. If it is a pattern you cannot keep up with, run. So that's what I mean. Elimination. Dating is an elimination process. Just strike next. And I saw that video and I laughed. When I was by myself watching.
That is another form of speed dating.
Yes, speed very fast. So anyway, I've digressed a little bit. So emotional intelligence. What is this? People talk about emotional intelligence. EQ. What is this EQ? And the way I've come to understand it through the book of Daniel. That second name. I can see it.
But you cannot pronounce it.
I cannot pronounce it, but I'll try. Through the book of Daniel Goleman, something of that sort.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you spell it?
Yes, Gole man. Goleman. Maybe.
Okay.
Gole. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry to us. Be sorry to him, Daniel. She's butchering her name.
Oh yes, but at least I hope you'll understand because we are Kenyans.
Yeah.
Sorry. So what he says, he gives 5 steps of emotional intelligence. But let me name the 3 that I felt were very, very intense in a relationship. So number 1, be self-aware.
Okay.
I think we've mentioned being self-aware.
Yes, we have.
Be very self-aware of yourself, your internal surroundings, not your external. No, there's internal and external surroundings. What you're going through here and here. In the heart and in the mind. Oh, sorry, I've flipped there. But in the heart and in the mind. And then, number 2, are you empathetic? Empathy. Do you show empathy? Because empathy is now external. Okay?
Yes.
Empathy has 2 levels. Guys, bear with me. Okay. Empathy has 2 levels. So there's cognitive empathy, and we usually give cognitive. Derek, if you meet a friend who you haven't met for a long time, and they tell you, again, because you're not connected, and they tell you, I lost my pet. Yeah, I'm very emotional about pets, by the way. So I take that very serious.
Which pet are you talking about?
Any pet. I love pets. I love animals. So, let me take it back. Cows, domestic. It is specific to home pets.
Let me tell you something. I saw some girl crying because chicken.
Oh, chicken.
That she considered as a pet.
Oh yeah, people.
Who
Yeah.
was slaughtered.
Yeah, that's a very serious. If she considered that as a pet, that's. I'm guessing to you that's food.
That's dinner.
Like I said, I'm very. Animals just hit me different. Yeah, so imagine you meet a friend who lost a pet. It was very dear to them, but you're not so close. What happens? You'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Don't worry. You will get over it.
Yes.
That's cognitive. It hasn't gone deep. Yeah. So there's another empathy. The next one, I'm forgetting the name, whereby it goes a little deeper. And you now start saying, okay, what happened? What can we do to help? Even go some type of way to help. Yeah.
You can console them, spend time
with them, even hug them. You'll be surprised, even hugging is part of a deeper empathy. So if somebody is not showing you that deeper empathy, see that deep level?
Yes.
They are always here, surface, that cognitive surface. They are not going deeper with you. And imagine this somebody you want to date or wants to date you and is not able to take it deeper. Then honestly, it means either he's not able to do that or he simply doesn't want to do it. Yeah?
Yeah.
So there's empathy. And then the last one is, how do you manage empathy? Because the next one is management of this internal and external surrounding.
Okay.
How do you manage this too? Some people can be chaotic.
Very.
They can be too anxious. They don't know how to handle. My friend lost a pet. We are all over the place. We are running around. Even you're anxious. You don't know what to do. They lack the management of emotions. Yeah, so I feel like emotional intelligence is a huge, huge aspect that people need to look into. And it comprises of those three. But you can even find out more in his book of what it comprises of.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so emotional intelligence.
So lack of it is a red flag.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Deeply.
All right.
Especially because some people have not been taught how to go deep.
Yeah. People lack empathy.
Yeah, people lack empathy. And even they're not self-aware.
And just not even empathy, even sympathy.
People lack sympathy.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, very barbaric.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true. So now the last one for red flags.
Yes.
Is addiction.
Oh.
Hey, Nini, what's happening? She's
nothing.
Resonating somewhere.
No, well, actually, people are addicted to so many things.
Oh, yes, yes.
And an addiction comes about when somebody's trying to avoid dealing with the personal issues or past traumas. People are addicted to things like alcohol and other numbing drugs.
Drugs, even work can be an addiction.
Yes.
People have different ways.
Yeah, and nowadays even the study shows that people are addicted to pornography.
Oh yes, that one is a new latest addiction, I think. Yeah, people are addicted to so many things that you see what these addictions, they take you away from reality.
Yes.
But for a moment, just for a moment. And what do they say about addictions? You do it today, tomorrow you want another. Like you want that plus a little bit higher. That's why people who let me use especially alcohol or drugs, today they start with 1 bottle, tomorrow 2 bottles, 3, they escalate like that. Why? Because the minute you hit 1 bottle and it helps you with it's called what? A dopamine high. It gives you a dopamine high. The next time you want another because you've already hit this level, so dopamine is not working for you. So you need another. Yes, you're not feeling it. So you want another dopamine high. You keep adding your bottles and bottles and bottles, until it gets to a point now. It's not going well for you.
Yeah, I had a lecturer back in campus who could not come to class and teach until he has taken some alcohol. Yeah. And if he would come to class, his hands would be shaking. If he come sober, yes, his hands would be shaking. He cannot even write.
Now that you said that, Derek,
yes,
I've met people who've said, me, I don't take tea. My tea is alcohol early in the morning.
Yeah. That is addiction.
I've never, So question is, what are they running away from? Because we are all, people think, I think admitting is very important.
Yeah.
People think they don't have problems. People are perfect out here. In quotes. So you have certain underlying traumas. We all have traumas. You have certain underlying traumas. You can't handle them. So you find, because they are adaptive and maladaptive. So you find maladaptive ways of handling the trauma. And one of the most ways people do is finding addictions.
Finding something to numb the stress.
Even binge watching a movie. You'll be surprised. Could be it's an addiction. Yeah. You just watch a movie again and again. What are you? You're forcing your mind to not be internal, but to be external. That's what you're doing.
You think about something else instead of thinking about what you're supposed to think about.
Yes, the challenges that are facing you, they're staring in your eyes, glaring at you like this. You're avoiding them at all costs. So yeah, addictions.
I think at some point I was then addicted to something. I was addicted to watching movies. After a major heartbreak.
Escapism. Escapism.
Yes, I was addicted to watching movies for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on DVDs.
Oh, yeah. That time it used to be DVDs. Yeah. 50 shillings.
Yes, you buy 4, get 1 free.
Free. Yes. Yes.
I spent a lot of money watching movies back then.
Just to get rid of that feeling, that I don't know, that nasty emptiness.
Exactly. That emptiness.
Yeah. So check why. So now this is to the person. Check as to why you're addicted to that thing you're addicted to. Ask yourself hard questions like, why am I addicted to it? Find your why, find your intention, and it will really, really help you see yourself.
Yes.
See and become self-aware. Hala, they match. Yeah. So for me, those are the red flags. Yeah, I feel like those were the major red flags I had. Why do I feel like there's something I'm missing out on? Oh, yeah. Now, a parting shot. if you feel something is off, if your gut feeling, sometimes we don't, the one thing that can have a good radar or a good compass is a gut.
Intuition. Yes.
If your gut feeling tells you something is off, don't question. Don't find why to question. Run. I don't know, what do you think, Derek?
Find out what is wrong.
Find out.
No, I'm just saying.
Do you know you can take... you can take... This is so personal to me. It can take you 5 years to find what is wrong.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah?
Yes.
And then later you're like, why didn't I trust my gut in the first place? Yeah? Yeah, so if you feel something is off, you're not able to put your hand on it.
Yes. That sixth sense. Sixth sense. Yes.
Just... Yeah, I'm saying run.
Look the other way.
Yeah. It's not even a yellow flag at this point. Run. Yes.
Okay.
So any question to our viewers, Derek, before we go?
Which red flags have they experienced that we haven't talked about?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Tell us if there are any red flags that you've seen and we haven't talked about. You can mention them, and maybe we can talk about them in the next installment of red flags, because we are not done with red flags. I know there are still more. These are just some. We will add more in the near future.
Do you think these red flags we are telling you make sense? Or we are just...
bubbling? We are bubbling out of nonsense.
Yes. Yeah, tell us. I'd like the viewers to tell us,
Yeah.
What do they feel about those red flags we've given? Yeah. Or we should be focusing more on those red flags. We say they are the wrong ones. Maybe we should be telling people, no, if he's not black and tall and handsome, run.
Or if she doesn't have nyash, run very fast.
Very fast, by the way. Check, process, whoop, gone. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So tell us.
Yeah.
So now we can now say subscribe.
Like, comment, share, and follow us. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Allah. Cheers, guys.
Ciao.